Good afternoon, peeps. It's Colin with you again. Feeling a little bit better, so I thought you'd update you on some of the interesting bits and pieces I've been doing. Everybody's seen the fast wagon set, and I'm no different to everybody else. I did pick it up. I especially like the Volvo Estate. I have got a few of these. I don't have the new colour. I have the red one, the blue one and the white one, but I don't have the new mainline yellow one. But to be fair, if you've got this one, I really dig the wheels on this and the details on the front and the back. It's a cool casting. Everybody's seen it. That goes for the Audi as well, which has a very cool look to it. Very cool look to it. I can't think what the other one is offhand. Oh, the other one is the Skyline. Everybody's seen that. But I did want to show you what I did to the Amazon. I don't like the slam look, so this Amazon looks more of a stock ride height now. I changed it by making new wheel housings underneath. This hasn't, if you are careful when you actually drill the base apart and then use some force to open it, it can actually clip back together without any screws or any glue or anything. This one is really seriously, I think I tell a lie, I think I had to use a smidgen of glue with this one, but it turned out absolutely brilliant. There's not many manufacturers that did the Amazon. Usually it's at 1 to 43. You'd be hard pushed to find one at 1 to 64. It's a great casting, fantastic wheels. There's nothing I'd change about this. I did cut out some of the roll bar inside because I'd rather have stock cars than racing cars, to be fair. There is some exceptions to the rule, but and the Nova van, in my opinion, looks stacks better with the higher suspension look like this has. Again, I've made a new wheel setup underneath. It's a great casting this. They've done it in many different liveries, but I like this plain blue one the best. And the wheels weren't quite right when I first did it, so I had another go, and now it really looks perfect where the wheels are. The height, perhaps it could be a bit lower, but it's better to be too high than too low in my opinion. I really dig it, and I hope that gives somebody else the confidence to change this car to the way they want it to be rather than the way Hot Wheels have it. Because not everybody goes for the slam look, especially if you'd have a certain year like me. You appreciate the 4x4 look. Personally, if you go higher, then you've got more ground clearance and you can do more with the car. But if you've got lower ground clearance, you have problems with speed bumps, especially in this country, not so much in America. But there is real problems you incur by having a lower ground clearance on the car, and that's why they have a standard ground clearance in case you hit a curb or anything like that. If you've got low ground clearance, you can take out the sump quite easily. It does, in very negligible, it does give you more ground force, i.e. sticks. You get more downforce on the car because there's less air going underneath, and you might get a little more speed. But when you're going around town, it's silliness in my opinion. If you're on a racetrack, okay, those hundredths of a second might make a difference, but if you're driving a car like these boy races, it makes no odds. So there's a couple. These are the Nova gases. Again, I changed the stance on these. The decals have been removed. I have got a little bit better at removing a decal since I did this. But to be fair, it looks pretty cool when you've taken off some of the paint. It looks like it's been racing, and it gives it a little bit of character. But the more you practice at taking decals off, the better you'll get at it. It's an acquired skill. This one I did slightly different to the the one I've just done. This one I used the original setup. I just cut it and then reinserted it. On the new green one, I've used my new style by giving it a completely new housing. But they both look a very similar stance. As you can see, I've taken this. I've managed to do it without removing as much of the paint as the other one. People like gases, but they're not for me. If a car has an altered stance, I'd rather it be higher, slightly higher at the back than higher at the front. It doesn't matter if you're on a drag strip, but I like to see where I'm going in a car, and that goes for my models too. So those are a few of my alterations. Oh, one more. I bet you've all seen this car. This is the Altered Ego. Can't stand the thing, but I think this looks an interesting little van. Now I've altered it. I cut and shut the base. Could have been done another way. You could have done it in several different ways. But that makes an interesting little van now, and I might put some, it has some decals on there like SO and other oil. So I've left one Hot Wheels livery one on there. That's going to look quite cool. It's different. Let's say that much. It's different. I did get the idea of another channel. I can't remember which one it is, but I did say I'd used his idea, and it come out just as good as his. This is an interesting premium Matchbox. The Audis aren't really my bag, apart from that estate, which is just unbelievable. This has a plastic base, but it has rubber tyres. I like the wheels on this one. I like the livery. I went out my way to get this one, and luckily I picked it up at a decent price. Quite pleased with that one. They've got it right. Everything's right about that car. This car I bought with a selection of limousines, and this one, why it says Astra on the front when it's a Seat, Ibiza. Yeah, it's a Seat Ibiza. I just like the wheels, the racing livery. This is an IXO model, so it's of the highest quality. I managed to get it at a reasonable price because it's not in the box, and I believe that aerial isn't meant to be like that, but I might be wrong. Plastic base, screwed together. Lovely detail on that one. Absolutely stunning detail. Hope you appreciate that as much as I do, and I'm sure Sylvester will love that one if he sees this video. Individual windscreen wipers as well. Phenomenal. It's even got the drivers' names on the rear glass panel. Spoiler. Oh, I did like that one, and luckily the seller agreed to take it out of a job lot for me, which not all sellers will. He even gave me a free card, a couple of free cars. This is a Mustang, a Ford Cobra Mustang, is it? Yes, Ford Cobra Mustang, and it did have Tigress down the side, who I believe is a female wrestler. I'm in two minds whether to take it apart and paint the interior black, but that's a pretty cool car for nothing. A generous gift. It looks a lot better without the decals on it, and I was in two minds to change the wheels, but it's got real riders, so it's an unusual sort of car. So that came with the Seat. This one I was very lucky to get. This is the Jarda Divco milk truck. Very hard to find now. Is it Bubba chocolate? What's it called? Bubba's chocolate milk. Whether that's a field brand, I have no idea. I doubt it. I wouldn't change the ride height on this one. I love the brown colouring on it. Sort of like, I know, just great paint, great wheels. I love that one. It is superb. Very lucky to buy that one second hand in such good condition. This is an interesting bus. Let me just get the actual details on this. So AGOSTINI, and oh good grief. Well, if you want to know the details on it, I'll message me and I'll send them to you, but I can't see them off the base and I can't see them off hand, but it's an interesting bus. The Agostini do some great. It's obviously a Russian bus. Look at the detail and the extra bits and pieces on there. I love the extra windows for sightseeing at the top there as well. The aerial piece, again, I bought this second hand, but it's in excellent condition. Plastic base, rubber tyres. Look at those great wheels. The Russians have some weird vehicles, but I love them when they're weird. Weird is good. Great light details at the back there. Just all together brilliant. Yeah, I will get the details for this van and put them in the description if you're particularly interested in it, because it's a good looker, unusual, good looker. This one is still in its wrapper, so let's get it out for you. This is a Brum model. Not many models that I leave in there. This is a Ferrari 5112 BB 1980 Le Mans. Has got some interesting detail underneath, and if you want to see it again, let me know. I didn't pay a lot for this. It's obviously second hand, but in very good condition. Great details at the back, which I particularly like. You can see the exhaust underneath. It's metal underneath. Real riders, great looking wheels, absolutely astonishing looking wheels. Just caught my eye, that one. Doesn't look as good in black. It looks good in black, but not as good as this one. Separate windscreen wiper piece on top. And let me just show you inside the engine there. The engine detail is quite superb. So that's a very interesting Brum model, which I haven't got many of. I managed to pick up this new Plymouth Savoy by Matchbox. Pretty cheap in this country because it had no packet. Doesn't bother me, you know, I open my stuff, so I wanted this one because it hasn't been done that many times. And the detail on the back there is exquisite, absolutely exquisite. Who was it I saw with Nitro I saw Nitro Speed, Mike, is it? I saw Nitro Speed's one of these. He has a racing livery. Good grief, mate, that's gone out of my mind now. This is an AMC Rebel. There you go. Now, if it come back in my mind, I can't read the base. The race is not that easy to read as you get with older Johnny Lightnings. This was a Spider-Man car, and I managed to get all the decals off it because it wasn't standard. It was sort of like Spider-Man getting married, and the decals were quite poor. Has got an opening hood. Whether you can see in there is going to be difficult. It's got detail in there, but the hood doesn't open very far. But the fact that it does is always a plus with me. The wheels are not, well, they're good lookers, but they're not real riders. It's an earlier Johnny Lightning. Great detail at the back. And great detail at the front. Just a cool. I like any car that's got that sort of like fastback shape at the back. So they're quite hard to find. Another great car that I've had trouble finding, and found it by complete fluke, didn't know it existed, with this Baja Breaker. I've got many Baja Breakers, but this is probably my favourite now. It's a Muppets one, and the two parts of the Muppets that really appealed to me were Pigs in Space and Beaker from The Scientist, because he was so funny, and it just brings everything together. It's a Baja Breaker, it's got real riders, it's all metal, it's orange and it's a Muppet speaker, so it is exceptional. Not that rare in America, but rare here. I like the red details on the tyres. Not seen that shown before. This one is another one I got on the limousine job lot. This is meant to be a key ring, and this is a King Smart model, the Chevy step side. Let's have a look at the actual year. It does say, I think, on the bottom. 55. So it is a pullback, and I've had this apart to paint the bumpers silver again, because you know when the silver comes off and they start to go yellow, so they've been, but it's a Bacardi promotional item. It's quite nice, I like it. They do have a Thunderbird and a Corvette in this range, and there is a few for sale on eBay. I did toy with the fact, but I'm quite happy just with this one. It's probably the best out of the three. It even says Chevy on the back there. We can get it to focus. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, and this is one I went out of my way for. The Magic 8 Ball, Roger Dodger. Most people have got this. Signs point to yes on the bottom. Just like this. I'll have to get a Magic 8 Ball, I've never had one. The Roger Dodger isn't one of my favourite cars, but this one, and I don't think I'm going to interfere with the engine on it either. This car is a little bit more unusual. This is one of my favourites, and I'm very lucky I got it when I did. This is a King Cuda, but this is a King Cuda with a difference, because this has an opening hood. Usually they don't have hoods. So lucky to have got this. Has got a little bit of damage on the fender there, as you can see, but other than that it's in really great shape. Fantastic car, I love that car. Very lucky to have got that. This is another one I'm very lucky to have got as well, because this is a, what year, 70 Camaro by Hot Wheels, but this is from the Clover set of cars, and I can't find any other Camaro of this year by Hot Wheels that has an opening hood, so I was very lucky to get that new in the packet. Absolutely love it. The colouring, yeah, it isn't the best, but the fact that I've got an opening hood is great. All metal, of course, with plastic wheels. Interesting livery, but it would have been nicer than, say, orange, or I don't know, orange and black. Maybe blue, it would look good in blue. But I'm just happy to have one. This one I went out my way for. This is a Buick. Is it a Buick? Yeah, I think that one's, let's get it right. Yeah, that one's the GTO, and this is the Riviera. This one is a fairly new one. Doesn't say that on the bottom, but from memory, I quite like this car. There's so many different Rivieras. It's hard to remember which year is which. I can't remember which year it is offhand. I prefer the Riviera with the big glass piece at the back, like the from Due South. That's my favourite Riviera. I should know which year that one is, but I don't know offhand. But this is all metal with real riders, great wheels. I love those like little flutes on the side there. Fantastic detail on the front. And on the back, I think there's no plate there, but great car. And this is the GTO. This one I had trouble getting. I particularly like the paintwork on this one. Bit low for me, but I won't interfere with it. don't think it would improve the car if I interfered with that. I have got an absolutely unbelievable purple estate version of this car, and it is stonking. I absolutely love that car. It's got like a Spectre Flame purple paint job, and that is a cracking car. Anyway, we're getting on for 20 minutes, so we best crack on. I've mentioned to a few people I've got this 5-pack. Show you the cars quickly. But the one I really wanted was this Mustang funny car. This one. And this can go for more than the whole pack of cars, believe it or not. Just got an interesting livery to it. I just like it. It doesn't open. It's got a plastic base. There's nothing particularly flash about it. It just appeals to me. They made it like a baseball. I'm sure lots of other people think that, and that's why the price is so high for these. Just very lucky to find that pack. I've been looking for that pack for over a year, and I never thought I'd find it. Now, here's a special bonus feature for the VW fans, and bet there's lots amongst you. This is a VW camper, of course. See if I can get it in shot for you completely. This is by Dicky Toys. Okay, show you underneath. Underneath has got a, you can sort of like click it and change the wheels to a different alignment, which is quite unusual for a plastic. All plastic, this. All plastic. And it has sort of like a pullback system as well, so which is quite interesting. Interesting external exhaust piece there. What appealed to me about this, you can see the Dicky Toy symbol there. They own Majorette now, for those who don't know. I may open it up. I think it'll look a lot better if I highlighted those engine details in there. I love the fact that that opens and the back opens too. Even bothered to put the spare wheel case there. The surf pods come off the top. I won't do it to preview because it's a bit difficult, but they do come off. The side door slides open. There you go, so you can see in there, and both the front doors open as well. Really does show amazing detail. They even put the door cards on there, so that is quite a brilliant thing. Picked it up at just a cheap, was it Home Bargains or B&M I picked it from. I've looked at them a few times, but when they first come out, excuse me, they had the sort of like flower power stickers already on there, and that put me off. But now they give you the stickers separate, and I thought, well, gosh, it's orange. So many things open. It's got great detail. For plastic, they've done an exceptional job. What they can do with plastic now is so much better than what it was years ago. It was so crude. I prefer diecast, of course, but the quality of plastic moulding has come so far now to make moving parts that aren't crude. It used to be very sort of like soft plastic when they used to do this thing back in my day, and you couldn't get the detail in it, but now I love that. It's a very good model. Anyway, we'll leave it there, and I'll try and do another video today, probably the tow trucks one. Okay, we'll leave it there. Bye bye.